Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Keeping Up with KP and Macy. First of all, today I'm gonna try to go without a mic. I hope this isn't too bad because the room's kind of echoey, but Macy's a disaster. She's gonna get a really good clean when we get to the new house. But today's episode, I just kind of want to take you through like a raw time in my life. In the pursuit of bodybuilding, it's an expensive sport and you kind of have to revolve your life around it. And I don't think that everybody always shows what that looks like because it's not really everything all at once. This has kind of been like a 5-year process for us trying to like reorganize our lives so that we can prioritize our goals. And for me, that's pursuing becoming a professional, being a professional, and seeing how far I can take it. I guess I would say that's like my goal. But even just like as a goal, it's just like building this lifestyle because it makes me happy. I feel like I have purpose and it like is the backbone to our businesses. I don't want to like take you through what that looks like right now. It's also December 21st, so it's a few days before Christmas. So navigating big change during a holiday season, how I'm navigating my food, my training, my recovery, all of the things, like the mindsets that are helping me stay grounded and really what goes into building a lifestyle that you want to have because it comes with a lot of sacrifice. It comes with a lot of goodbyes. I think externally people see me posting online all day. People see me working out every day and it's like, oh wow, like must be nice, right? Most people don't understand what it's taken for this to be my day-to-day because it hasn't always been this way. It's a team effort, it's a group effort, it's me and Ryan. So this time in our life, this is the last 24 hours before our move. I'm just like having a moment with myself in this house and just kind of want to like talk you through it all. So how I'm navigating the holidays. I think having a couple preps during holidays has really just like mentally prepared me for this because at this point, holidays are just days. They mean nothing. And I feel like generally, and I've always done this my whole life, like you build it up so much around food. And that's not really the case for me anymore. It's been a process. But even at the beginning of this improvement season, like I was very stressed because a lot of my relationships revolved around food. And so I had to set some really firm and hard boundaries. And that was really with my husband, with Ryan. And so I think having a coach that doesn't just coach you in fitness and diet, nutrition, I think a good coach really coaches you how to be a professional. And that's what my coach always says, he's teaching me how to be a professional. And so having the support to set firm boundaries in my relationships, like it felt really hard mentally to do that. But I will say it's been about 4 or 5 months and we did a really hard reset in our relationship and like what we connected over because we always connected over food and alcohol. Like this is an 8-year relationship. When you're in prep, you're like so locked in, both of us. But then when you get out of it, it's kind of like you backslide into these patterns that you've kind of outgrown, but it's like you don't really know how else to connect. It's an interesting thing. If you're a bodybuilder, you probably understand. If not, I don't know. But that's been my reality. And so I had to set really firm boundaries this improvement season. It's so important to have a partner that supports you and like understands your goals because he does this too. But I just felt a lot of pressure from him because we just kind of have different outlooks on life. He's 20 years older than me. And so it's like life is short, eat the food. I've been so rigid at times and I'm sure it's hard to deal with me when I am in that way, but I think you just have to get on the same page and set those boundaries. And so that's really what we did this improvement season where I said, I am taking this seriously. Like you can support me or you cannot support me, but this is what I'm doing. And I think, confirmation that you do have a good partner that supports you is like, they listen and they don't judge. Is that what they say? But no, it's like I said it once. And ever since then, this improvement season has been so different because nothing has been about food. And I think that's been really refreshing for me. It's been really refreshing for him because this is a cycle we would both go through and it was very destructive. So anyways, navigating the holidays for us, no big deal. Navigating this time for us, no big deal because it's the same as in business. I think a few things have really helped set me up for this phase of my life. And I would say that is prepping during the holidays and previous seasons. Because I feel like the first 2 times I did that, it was hard mentally. I felt like I was missing out, blah, 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 whatever. And then working 7 days a week, because you don't really attach yourselves to those days. Like, I feel like the average person, you know, Friday you're done working, so like that's where the spiral begins. We don't have that. We kind of have to be on 7 days a week. That's been helpful. And then 2, switching my training cadence has definitely helped with this. So it's like 2 days on, 1 day off, so you don't always have the same rest days. Because I think what happens is when you get into these patterns, it's like physical patterns, but it's also mental patterns, right? And so it's like you check in, it's the weekend, it's like you attach all of these things to like having meals off plan, and all of these things have really helped me to see like it is just another day to get better, and I want to get better. Navigating this move and the holidays, having a coach to kind of guide me, because I'm somebody that will like literally power through. Like, I don't care. I will push through it no matter how uncomfortable I am. And so I feel like it's more valuable for me to have a coach to tell me to like rest and slow down and recover, because I don't really recognize when I should do that, which is crazy because I recognize when other people should do that. But like with myself, it's like I want to get the most out of every day, and sometimes you should push through it. You should, and sometimes you shouldn't. And so I'm kind of learning that with myself, but it is valuable to have a coach in my corner. So with this move, I'm still getting my training in, but when I go to visit my family, I'm going to take 3 days off over the weekend. So that's kind of how I'm doing all that. I'm going to enjoy my family time. This is really the only holiday that I've gotten to spend with them this year. I haven't seen them since August, since my niece's birthday. So I'm really excited to spend time with my family after Christmas. But really with the business and navigating our personal goals, it's just a dance. And I think that's why it's so important to have a partner that's like there to help you. You just have somebody on your team to be like, you need to get your training in. I'm going to do this so you can do that. Every day we game plan the next day. Every day is not always the same, but we figure it out together because this lifestyle is so important to us. And even in the midst of imperfect conditions, you can still, if you have the right support, if you have a good partner, if you have someone in your corner that wants you to succeed. Like, I know some people will kind of like blame and shame, like, oh, you should be spending more time with me, you should be paying more attention to me. And I've been that person in a relationship before, but as you grow up and as time evolves, especially in your health, wellness, and fitness journey, if this is going to become your lifestyle, whether that is just having a healthier lifestyle or whether that's pursuing something more, you figure it out and you have somebody that helps you figure it out. Back to this move, this is so bittersweet for us closing this chapter, and it's like just to have a moment here. I think Ryan and I both growing up moved a lot. Like, my family moved a lot, his family moved a lot. So I don't really have a childhood home that I would consider my home, and neither does he. And so Ryan has lived here for 18 years. I have lived here for 8. So he lived here for a decade before me. He had a whole life here before me. So when I moved in, I was so grateful for like the space and to have a home and to like, I was grateful for it. Especially coming from a 250 square foot apartment in New York. This was like, oh my God. So in this house, even though it never really felt like ours, it became my home because like I rebuilt myself here. I fell in love here. I fell in love with Ryan here. I fell in love with myself here. We've had a lot of loss in this house. We've grieved some of the most important people in our lives. There's memories in the walls, you know? It's so bittersweet because it's like, I'm so happy to be moving on because there's also like a lot of darkness here. There's a lot of like dark pieces of myself here too. It's also the first time in my life where I've been closing a chapter with somebody, because every time I've outgrown a part of my life, I've had to like leave people behind. For the last 8 years, every evolution we have done together. And I think that's like a really powerful thing and something like I'm proud of in this relationship too. It's so bittersweet for this to come to an end, but it's time. we don't have a ton of family in the area, and while my family did offer to come up and help, it was gonna be too much, right? And so I'm grateful for like our team that has stepped up and helped out. I'm grateful for people in the community that have reached out to help, but it's like at the end of the day, me and him have to get us through this, you know?
It's happening.
And ultimately this move is happening for our future, so that we can succeed in our business, so that we can eventually move into our forever home. So while this isn't the most exciting move ever, the timing has been shit. It's been a lot of work. So many sleepless nights, so much waiting, so much stress, so much anxiety. Like, going through this has been fucking horrible, honestly. Like, every single night laying right there, I would ask Ryan, like, are we gonna be okay? And the thing is, like, Ryan doesn't lie. And so he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to tell me we're gonna be okay. It's like, he's the rock in my life. And like, him not being like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of it. And it's like, I'm so grateful I have someone in my life that doesn't bullshit me. Because he would never tell me everything's gonna be okay if he didn't know it was. And so then we kind of had to like define what being okay meant. And I'm like, can you just like let me know, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can ever happen is death, right? This situation happening isn't gonna kill us. Worst thing that can happen is we go bankrupt and fail at our business. If we end up like sleeping in our car, we'll be there together. We won't go down without a fight. We won't go down without saying we tried. So yeah, moving on from this chapter is like very bittersweet. You know, this is the house that built me. This is the house that built us. This chapter gave me so much, and I'm so grateful.